Michael Ola saw the ball bouncing around the Superdome turf and all he could think was, grab it. The Detroit Lions had already squandered most of their 25-point second-half lead and, if they lost another fumble with 6 minutes to play, there's no telling how their Monday night game against the New Orleans Saints might have turned out. So Ola, the Lions' right tackle, dove after the ball and held on for dear life. Small bullet box score. Guys are down there poking, scratching, clawing, Ola said. A dude was like really poking my throat like crazy. And I was just like, look, I'm not letting this ball go on my life. You might as well just stop. Guys were just reaching, clawing. Because that's a crucial point in the game. When officials finally started peeling bodies off the pile, Ola had the ball in his hands and the Lions were on their way to winning for the first time since Thanksgiving Day. Matthew Stafford fired an 18-yard pass to Eric Ebron on the next play, and Joey Bell scored the game-clinching touchdown one snap later as the Lions beat the Saints, 35-27, on Monday Night Football. That was just a heck of a team win, Lions coach Jim Caldwell said. In our situation things had been a little tough for us here the last couple weeks, but the guys bounced back and played tough, played well in a place that's very, very difficult to win. This is a Saints team that these guys have always put points on the board. They've always been able to find a way to win at home. And our guys did a nice job. Even when things got close they didn't buckle. Small bullet report card, Stafford, O-line earn high marks. The Lions raced to a 28-3 third-quarter lead behind Stafford's big right arm, then nearly gave the game away with shoddy defense and 2 late fumbles. The Saints scored 17 unanswered points in the third and fourth quarters, capitalizing on an Amir Abdullah turnover for one of their touchdowns. But Stafford completed 22 of 25 passes for 254 yards, and Ola made the heads-up play of the game. Honestly, I blacked out, Ola said. I was like, see ball, get ball. I'm running because obviously our mentality as an offensive line is we got to cover. And not just because we don't want to get a loaf on our grading system. But we cover because these guys are getting tattooed and pounded and, so we want to make sure that, God forbid something does happen, that we're there to make a tackle or pick up the ball, and that's what happened. The Lions ran for 150 yards, their second best total of the season, and Stafford had the most efficient passing day of his career, picking apart the Saints' league-worst secondary on the way to a 148.6 quarterback rating. He threw 3 first-half touchdown passes, 2 to Golden Tate, and the Lions, 5-9, topped the 20-point mark for just the 5th time in 14 games this year. Small bullet Caldwell done trying to figure out officiating. We knew we had to stay on the field, we had to score points, Stafford said. When you play Drew Brees in this place you know it's going to be like an NBA basketball game. You know they're going to make a run. You may start hot or whatever happens, but you know they're going to make a run and they did. Trailing 28-3 after Abdullah's 15-yard touchdown run early in the third quarter, the Saints slowly clawed back into the game. Brandon Cooks scored on a 27-yard pass from Drew Brees to make it 28-10 then. After a Kai Forbath field goal and an Abdullah fumble, Brees hit Marks Colston for an 11-yard score. Bell's 1-yard touchdown gave the Lions a 35-20 lead, and Kelvin Johnson recovered the onside kick to ice the game after Brees' third touchdown pass of the night. Brees finished 34 of 52 passing for 341 yards and 3 touchdowns, and Cooks and Willie Snead each caught 10 passes for the Saints, who had 2 touchdowns nullified by penalty and a third overturned on instant replay in the final 1:12 of the first half. The bottom line is, offensively, if we could have gotten that touchdown at the end of the first half, that's 7 points, Brees said. And if we had converted on a 3rd down and goal from their 4-yard line instead of kicking a field goal, that's 11 points. We could have used those 11 points, and that might have gotten us a win tonight. Stafford completed 12 of 13 passes in the first half, with his lone incompletion coming on the Lions' second series of the game. Tate had a team-high 6 catches for 45 yards and has 4 touchdowns in the last 2 games. Johnson caught just 1 pass for the second straight game for the Lions, but his 19-yard first-half reception put him over 1,000 yards receiving for the 6th straight year.